Today, making Parmesan crusted pork chops. So, first things first, I got our pork chops here. These are kind of thick. I don't like them that thick. So what I do is I cut them in half first. Just do a couple of them here, just to show you. Try to get them as even as I can. Try to keep your hand flat on top so you don't cut yourself. Get right in the middle. Just try to hold it down with some firm pressure. Try to stay even. Okay. When I cook, I usually cook for about 8 people. So I got a lot to do here. So I'll just show you those first few. And when I get them all done, we'll go on to the next step. Just like to lay them all out. Always make sure you wash your hands good whenever you're handling them. Salt and pepper each side. There goes my dog going nuts. She's hungry. She wants pork chops. Now salt and pepper the other side. Okay, now that the salt and pepper's done, push these out of the way. Oh. And this is where the name comes in. Parmesan crusted pork chops. You're gonna need yourself 3 dishes, okay? First dish is grated Parmesan. Second dish, some eggs. Oh, that one's a little frozen. That's fine. Get some more eggs. Start off with 4 in here. Probably gonna have to use more because, like I said, when I cook for 8 people. I'm gonna just whip up these eggs. Okay, that should be good for now. Okay, and in the third bin, breadcrumbs. You can use seasoned or not seasoned, but it's up to you. You season the meat, so you don't have to use seasoned ones. I use seasoned ones anyway. So, the eggs whipped. Got the Parmesan here. If there's any lumps in the Parmesan, just take a fork. You know, make sure there's no lumps in it. Just break up all the lumps. You want it nice, as fine as you can. doesn't have to be crazy fine, but you know, just enough so it doesn't lump up. Once you get that done, just give it a little shake like this, even it out. Same thing with the breadcrumbs. Alright, my little trick, I put a little Dijon mustard in the eggs. Just like a squeeze. Once that's in there, just whisk it around. And there goes the dog barking again. She's hungry. Every time I start to cook, she gets hungry. She knows she's getting leftovers. Which in this house are very hard to come by. Alright, once we get that going, I'll show you the process to let the dog out. Alright, here we go. Simple process. Take your pork chops, lay them into your cheese, nice little coat on both sides. Shake it off. You got like a little crust like that. Into the egg, both sides. Just let that excess drip off. Then the breadcrumbs. Give it a little shake. Other side. A little shake. If you get a nice little coat, just like that. Put that on the side. Ready for the frying pan. Same thing, next pork chop. Lay it in. A little shake so you can get the sides. They're not that thick, so it's not really hard to get the whole sides. Remember, I cut them in half. Into the egg. I try to get them all the same thickness, just so it stays the same when you're cooking it. Let that excess drip off. Into the breadcrumbs, little shake. Another little shake. Just make sure the sides are covered. We'll do one more, then I'll cut, do them all, and we'll get to the actual cooking part of it. Alright? Pretty simple, right? Little shake. So we cut the pork chops in half. We season them with salt and pepper. Now we're going into the grated Parmesan, into the egg. Let the excess egg drip off. You don't want too much, you don't want clumps. And then into the breadcrumbs. A little shake so you get the sides. Flip it over, another little shake. And there you go, that's kind of what you want it to look like. Alright, I'll get them all done and we'll get to the next process. Alright, so now that we got the prep down, there's our pork chops right there, all done, ready to go. Looks like I'm feeding an army, right? Yeah. Alright, now I'll show you what we do next. Next up, we get a couple of pans. Nice. Turn them on. Kind of medium. Some oil in each one. You just don't want the breading of the pork chops to stick to the pan. Then you did all of that work for nothing. Don't let those heat up. So let the pans heat up a little bit. And then we get to work. So what we're going to do, I like to have an aluminum pan by the side, because if I was doing 3 or 4 for me and my wife, alright, fine, no problem. I don't need, you know, I could just use one pan, do it in there. But I'm cooking, like I said before, I'm cooking for 8 people. So I keep an aluminum pan on the side. As each one gets finished in the frying pan, I put them in the aluminum pan, throw them in the oven, keep the oven at like 170, just like, kind of like a warming plate. Once you get the pans going, just take your pork chops and just lay them in nice and easy, because you're going to get a little splatter here. get 3 in each pan. And we're on like a medium heat. Because we made them thinner, we're only going to do maybe a few minutes on each side. Alright, so just let them go for a couple of minutes. Alright, I think we're going to give them a flip now. See how they look on the other side. You don't want to be too hard with them because you don't want them to... looks nice. You don't want to break the crust. You want to form a nice crust. See that? That's what you want. That brown. Then we're going to go at the same distance on this, same time on this side. See these guys. I got 20 pork chops to do, so we'll cut it here, and when we get to the next phase, we'll come back to it. All right, last 3 pork chops are done. What we're gonna do, take them out, put them in this little warming tray I got going down here. That's kind of the look you want to have. Keep the flame going. Pop these in here while we make the sauce. Alright? First thing we want to do is the wine. You don't cook with wine, you're not going to drink. So, might as well have a glass. Dijon. Not that I'm Italian. Alright. We're going to use the wine to glaze the pan. Oh, turn the flame down a little bit when you do this. Get all those. You're not using a different pan. You're using the same pan. All that goodness. Let that go for a little bit. I actually think I might put a little bit more in there because we got a lot of chops, so maybe about half a cup. Take about a 1/4 stick of butter, throw that in there. What isn't good without butter? Once that butter is almost gone, put a cup of chicken stock. Actually, you know what? I got 20 pork chops. I think I'm going to need more than this. So I'll adjust it accordingly. Alright, once it reduces, I had a lot in here, so I moved it over into that pot there. But once it reduces, you're going to turn off the heat. Take your Dijon mustard, 2 nice teaspoons, big ones. Right in there. Make sure the heat's off. I'm just going to stir that in. This is flour and butter. Just equal parts. Kind of just... This is my wife's life. I asked her to do this, but you see how clumpy and lumpy it is. We're going to give it a shot anyway. If it gets screwed up, it's her sauce. So after you're stirring in the mustard, you take the flour and the butter, and you're going to just try to thicken this up. Put that in. I think I used a teaspoon of each. What's a 1 line of butter? A tablespoon or a teaspoon? So a tablespoon of each. I use a tablespoon of each. For, you can see, a 1/4 of the pan, whatever it is. Just enough to thicken it up. Always start with a little. If it doesn't get thick enough, you could always just add more. we'll get back to it in a little while after we start this. The finished product.
I had a job
It is
to go through it.